So I was on my hands and knees. This is what we had prepared for. On the floor, I pushed the baby out, and suddenly, like, the room kind of shifted because he had the cord wrapped around his neck. They were trying to, like, unwrap him, get him to the warming table. You had been recording at the time. When I look back at the recording, you had stopped recording in this moment because it was kind of scary. Like, the baby didn't cry for a few minutes.
Right.
So it was, like, kind of concerning. But we still recovered. Like, they just handled, like, a scary emergency situation really well. And you were by our side making sure we were good and calm, too.
Welcome to Positive Birth Podcast. I am so glad you are here. Today we have
Natalie Perfetto.
Yes. And I can't wait to dive in and talk about her birth story. So thank you so much. Like, thank you for making it happen. I'm always like, I know it takes a lot to, like, make it. To come over. But I'm so grateful that you are here.
I'm so thankful to be here. It's so great to, like, rehash and remember, like, the journey of us working together. My first birth. And it was my, like, dream birth. I know it doesn't work out like that for everyone, but I'm really grateful that you were a part of that.
Listen, this is part of, like, why I want to, why we have this space, right? Because we don't get to hear about that. We know that some people don't have the stories, right? Like, but then there's so many that do.
Yeah.
And I'm like, let's hear about them.
Let's hear about the positive stories. Yes.
So tell us about yourself, your background, like how old were you when you were giving birth?
Yeah, I had to do the math.
Right. You're like, how old
beforehand?
was I?
I'm in my 30s, so I feel like you get to the point where you're like, okay, I was born in 1993.
Right. Old? No, you're not the only one. Everybody goes, wait, hold up. Can you just pause for a second? I don't know how old I was.
I know. I literally had to put it in the calculator. I was 30 when I had my first baby, Leo.
Okay.
Last year. He's almost a year old. I just feel ready to, like, weep.
Yeah, I was going to say, have you cried yet?
I have.
Okay.
I have cried.
That makes sense.
I anticipate crying
100%.
his whole birthday. I don't know how I'll get through. But yeah, my name's Natalie. My husband's name is Steven. I'm obsessed with him and our son, Leo.
Yeah.
Who's almost a year old.
Yeah.
I am Puerto Rican. Both my parents are Puerto Rican. I love Puerto Rico. If you haven't been, everyone should go.
No, it's on my list. I promise.
Gorgeous.
Yes.
If you've never have you had Puerto Rican food?
Yes.
Yeah, you're from
my
Philly.
neighbor. Yeah, I'm like, this is Philly. Like,
hello. I'd be disappointed if you hadn't.
Right. Same.
So,
how did you plan for, in your pregnancy? Now, did you guys, like, plan to have a baby? I know that you guys got married. I remember, like, watching, like, looking at your pictures of your wedding. I was like, oh, so cute. But tell us about that process, like, in planning and being pregnant. What, did you know what kind of birth you wanted? What was that journey like for you?
Yeah. I definitely, so we got married in 2021. We wanted to do some traveling. I feel like our timeline for us was really great. We renovated a house. We budgeted. We, like, took our time in preparing. And then we both really felt peace about our timeline for when we got pregnant. So that was already last 2 years ago.
I know.
Technically.
Does it feel far? You're like, when was that?
It feels so far. Like when people say you have a baby and time flies, even more so.
Yes.
It's, like, kind of insane.
Yes.
I can't even believe that. Yeah. It feels like I was pregnant such a long time ago.
But really, like, it wasn't.
It wasn't. I was pregnant last year. Like, that's crazy.
How did you, like, prepare, right? So you were pregnant.
I was pregnant. I reached out to you pretty early on. You're probably like, this girl. I'm a planner by nature, for sure. And so I was like, okay. I had an idea right away. Once I knew I was pregnant. I was like, probably the week after, I was like, I could have my baby here. I could do this. I was like, let me look into birthing centers. I already had an idea that I was very interested in a birthing center, and I wanted a natural birth. I got to witness one of my best friends in Puerto Rico have a natural birth at home.
That's right. You had mentioned
and
that.
I was there the entire time.
Wow.
I was there the entire time. I got to film it. I got to watch her push the baby out. Like, it was incredible. Like, it was a once in a lifetime experience to see one of your friends do that. And I was like, dang, that is so cool that she did that. I feel like a birthing center is a happy medium for the mom that's like, I want a natural birth. I don't feel entirely comfortable to do that at home. I had, the baby at Life Cycle. Bryn Mawr Hospital is right across the street. If there's an emergency, I was like, I like knowing that in the back of my mind. Anyway, fast forward. once we had talked and started preparing, you actually brought it up to me. You're like, you know, have you considered life cycle? And I had ruled it out in my mind. Like, it's kind of far from our house, right? And I was like, I don't want to have the baby in the car.
Right.
And you're like, Natalie, that is so rare.
Right,
like, right. Especially for your first baby.
Right.
Does it happen? Yes.
Right.
Does it happen like commonly? No.
Right.
And it was so reassuring to hear that from you, because obviously you've been around a lot more births than I have.
Yeah.
And you were the one that helped really pivot our plans for what we desired, you know, because I had such a small perspective of what it could look like. And I had started off going to Jefferson for a lot of the appointments. And then, and then I worked on changing everything. And then we started appointments with the Life Cycle in South Philly. Yeah. They were so wonderful. They're amazing. Just incredible.
I love them so much.
I love them so much too, honestly. I'm like, I'll be an ambassador for you guys.
Listen, I think you already are. You're like on their website.
And I was like, please, you just let me know. You need me to talk to a mom that's considering switching up?
Where do you need me
to? Yeah. Where do you need me to speak? Give me a microphone.
I talk about this all the time, right? Whoever you are is who you bring to this birthing space, right? And you already mentioned, like, you're a planner, right? You had done a lot of research. Like, by the time we were talking, you were like, what else could I do? I was like, nothing. You're done.
Tell me what to buy, tell me what to take, tell me what exercises to do. I'll do it.
You're done. I just need you to be in this, right? But like, hearing like your desires, it made sense to be like, hey, what do you, let's think about a birthing center, because it sounds like what you're looking for, you might not find that in a hospital setting. And the funniest part about like Philly is that nobody lives close to it. Nobody lives close to that birthing center. Okay, we have one.
Yeah.
And everybody like will be like, oh, I live too far. I'm like, so does everybody. Like you can make it.
And it's worked out.
And it's worked out. So I'm so glad. Like that was something that you like trusted me with to be like, okay, like let's try it out, and it worked for you. It's not for everybody.
It's not for everybody.
It's not for everybody.
And that's okay.
What else were you doing? Because in my head, I'm now remembering
my preparation.
all of the things: the walking, the running, the
curb walking, the teas, the dates.
Oh my
gosh. And it did pay off. Because you know what? I vividly remember being like midday on my day of labor and delivery.
Yeah.
And one of the midwives being like, your cervix is really soft.
I said,
right.
It's the dates, baby.
I was like, I believe in the dates. So now my other like pregnant mom friends, I'm like,
did you do the dates? You did everything. You were active. Yep. You were drank your water like crazy. Yeah. It was hot outside, and you were outside.
Prepping. I didn't stop moving, which I think, like in hindsight too, like that is how I am in general. Like I don't stop moving, but I do think that's why like a birthing center worked even more so for me, as you pointed out, because I wouldn't have been able to just have received an epidural and like stayed in bed. I think I would have gone crazy.
Yep.
I was moving around every 10 minutes.
Yes.
Just here, there, on the floor, on the bed, in the tub, on the toilet, on the floor. Thank God nobody else was having a baby that day.
Right.
We had that space all to ourselves.
We had all the space to ourselves.
Nobody else was having a baby that day.
Yes. How do you know you're in labor? What's happening? Walk us through from the beginning.
I know. I'm going to pull up my little timeline.
Please do.
It was 1:45 a.m. And I was like, I have to pee. Or I peed myself. I thought I peed myself. I woke up. And I go to the bathroom. There's a little blood show. And then suddenly, immediate contractions. And I'm like, is this how it happened?
So quickly.
It happened. It was like a Hollywood labor. It was like water break, contractions. What is happening? This is happening.
Let me take a second and share with you about the Doula Guide Bundle. Something I created after 10 years of supporting families through pregnancy, birth, and postpartum. It includes the same step-by-step tools I use with my clients to help them feel confident, prepared, and grounded. So you can grab the full bundle or get them individually down below.
I yell for my husband from the bathroom. He has mouth tape on. He loses mouth tape. So I'm like, babe. And he's like, I'm like, I think this is happening. We call you.
Yeah.
And he's explaining that like the situation. I'm already in the tub.
Yeah.
In excruciating pain. You asked to FaceTime me.
Yes.
Because you're like, let me see her.
I know.
This seems like so intense.
It did. It was very much like, we talk about early labor or active labor, right? Like all of this kind of like goes really into this rhythm, right? Now, does it always happen that way? No, because we know that with your story. Yeah. So it's like, let me see her face.
Yeah. And you were like, oh, she's really there. Like,
I was like, you're already in a tub? Holy mother.
And my contractions were close already.
Yes.
It was like immediate intensity.
It was.
What?
And I think
no
what it
on
is.
Ramp. I can't get breakfast bar or something.
Can I
a coffee? Yeah.
I didn't realize. And did you realize that your water had broken?
No, I don't think it clicked for me.
It didn't click for me either.
Like fully.
Right. When we finally got to the birthing center, and we'll mention that in a second, but I think that didn't click in that time.
I know.
And normally, like, this stuff clicks for me, but it did not.
2 a.m.
So I was confused. Like, I remember saying, like, I need you to like rest. This is a whole journey and a half. Like, do you remember that? I was like, can you just try to?
I was like, I can't. And then I was immediate like TMI, but like extreme diarrhea.
Yes, yeah.
Vomiting. My body was emptying. Is what you said. Is what they say can happen. And I was like, oh my.
All the fluids that happen during labor
and contractions.
Yes.
It took so long for us to leave the house.
Yes. Because I was like, all right, I guess, I was like, do you want me to come to you or are we,
I was like,
are we just going to go directly to the birth?
Yeah, and we called. And then you were like, you should probably just go.
Yeah. It was like less than an hour. This whole thing was happening, and normally.
So
again,
fast.
it takes a while.
Gosh.
Yours did not.
Mine did not take a while. So that was 2 a.m.
Okay.
We didn't get there until 4:30.
Wow.
Because it took so long for me to get downstairs, get changed. I was literally puking my brains out.
Yeah.
And the pain was so bad. I remember, vividly remember being like, okay, Steven, you pack the car. Literally, as soon as this contraction is done, I'm running into the car because I couldn't move.
Yeah.
I was like, how do I go? So then I sat if this is the chair, I sat this way on the floor and I was the whole drive to Life Cycle. I was just holding on, grabbing to the chair.
Oh, wow.
I can picture that.
You can picture
and Steven is just flying. Yeah, we get there. I was only 2 centimeters dilated.
How did that feel?
Discouraging.
100%.
I was like, shoot, I have a long way to go.
And you're like, this is 100% intense.
Yeah. Yeah, it was so intense. Then at 7:30, I was 5 centimeters dilated. So 3 hours later. I think it was around that time where they offered me a morphine shot. Which I didn't even know was possible.
At the birthing center, right?
Yeah.
Right.
But the morphine shot helped because I was so tired.
That's what it was.
My contractions were so intense so quickly. And that helped me rest a little bit.
Yeah. That was so helpful, right? And again,
I know. And then I was like, can I get another one?
Can we do this again? Because I got to sleep,
no.
right? Because that's the thing.
Did,
and they, obviously they had confirmed that your water broke, which then clicked for me. I was like, oh, that's right. Your water broke before you started. Yeah. So your water broke and then labor started, right? Yeah. Sometimes people's water breaks in active or in transition or when pushing, but yours started.
Yes.
And then you got into labor. So that makes sense to why you were 2 centimeters because you had just started, but when your water breaks, it's intense.
So
it's intense. And so, the midwives were like, we need you for the long haul. We need you to rest.
Yeah.
And right now you can't because your contractions were back to back.
And then I didn't want to eat.
And you didn't want to eat. It was, I remember even trying to hydrate too was a little bit tricky. Because, it was intense. And so them saying, hey, let's give you morphine to just help you a little bit.
Second, take the edge off.
Yes.
You know that trend online? It's something to take the edge off and people they
oh,
have instead of a cigarette, it's
they have
a hoagie
I've seen
or
it.
a slice of pizza. That'd be me with a morphine shot on my birthday.
Morphine shot, just take the,
So we take the edge off. And then fast forward, 8:30 in the morning is when we went outside. That was nice.
Yes, I know. That's the part I talk about because when I'm doing a tour, I let them, go through the garden, and I was like, we were right here.
Right here. I was on the bench.
You were on the bench, fresh air, and
it was really nice.
Have, in labor.
Yeah.
And your hobby is amazing. So he was
incredible.
He was out there, having, you lean on him, moving around, swaying.
Yeah.
All the good things that we need you to do in labor.
Yeah.
I remember that. That was a beautiful moment. It's captured in my brain. Yeah.
Then at 11, I was finally 9 centimeters dilated.
Which is amazing.
Yeah.
Like from about 2 a.m.
2 a.m.
to by 11, you're 9 centimeters?
Yep. And at that point, I had moved to the tub.
Yes, you were in this tub.
Was so nice.
Oh my God. You were intense in this tub.
Like, I was so intense.
You were not laying down, like kind of like allowing the water.
No.
I said, for me to work. You were like rolling. Me and Steven were like, what is happening? Squatting. It's like, what?
Moving my legs. I don't know. My body was doing
I can't even move like that in real life. You were in labor, Nat. I was like, okay, all right. This okay.
Yeah, I was crazy in that tub. And this was before Life Cycle was allowing water births. So I was just in there to labor. It wasn't even an option for me to have a water
because they just changed that. It was the nice tubs, though.
It was the nice tubs. Yeah, the room was beautiful.
Oh, you're right.
Yeah. But I was in there for
You were in there for a while, enjoying every part of it. Did Steven come in the tub with you? I'm trying to remember.
He was like on the edge.
He was on the edge. That's right.
So I was like leaning on him.
Because it's deep. They're big.
I know. I just remember being in that tub. I was like, this is so intense.
Yeah.
I can't do this.
Yeah. And I think that movement that you were like doing so rigorously was because you were like, I need to be doing something to keep me going.
Yes. Yep. And to like almost distract me from the pain that was like so intense.
Yeah. Which is the most, you were in transition, right? Transition is the most intense part of labor. This episode is brought to you by Everybody Advocacy. It is a platform for birth, equity, and reproductive justice advocacy. Its mission is to connect the public with organizations and individuals who provide educational programming, evidence-based care, and policy initiatives focused on bodily autonomy for everybody. For more information, check out everybodyadvocacy.org.
1 p.m.-ish, I started pushing. What I wrote this down, like one of the best tips I've ever heard in that moment is like, this is productive pain. Like those contractions are productive pain. And it's one step closer to seeing my baby.
Yeah.
I didn't do a good job at like remembering all the affirmations in that moment because I felt like even all the things that I prepared for, like, I'm going to have Fortune music play. I'm going to do this, that, and the third. I'm like, Steven was like, I had music play.
Yeah, he did. We had the diffuser. Really? We had all the, yeah. But you were in the zone.
I was so in the zone.
And that's what we need.
You were so helpful. You were like, okay, do you want to try this? We tried, like, I was on my side. I tried so many different positions.
Yes, which is amazing, right? Because that's the whole point. We want to work with the baby, right? Yes. We want to be able to, like, move even doing pushing. And unfortunately, like, not a lot of people get to, like, move during pushing, you know?
And it's so helpful.
Yes.
Like, so helpful.
Yeah.
And then the other thing that was helpful is when they offered the mirror.
That's right.
The mirror was a game changer.
You love the mirror. You know what's crazy? The mirror is a 50-50 for folks.
I bet.
Like, there are people who love it, and there are people who are like,
people.
Other people are like, absolutely not.
Yeah.
But the mirror worked for you.
It worked. Once I could see the baby's head, I was like, okay.
Let's go.
It's go time. You're coming out of my body as soon as humanly possible.
Yeah.
So that helps me too. Because then I was squatting.
Yes.
On the floor.
Yes.
With Steven behind me.
Yep.
And it was probably shortly after that then I got on all fours. And then.
Yeah.
There he was.
There he was.
Quarter wrapped around his neck.
Right.
Came in for a dramatic entrance.
Yes.
You know?
Yes.
But we recovered.
Yeah. I think I even remember, like, in that moment, just like praying over your baby. Steven was doing the same thing, right? And you were like, what's, like that. I mean, it was a very intense moment, right? It was a very intense moment where you're like, okay, Lord, like, I trust you that, you are here and that you are going you're going to help, you're going to help us. And again, how you mentioned, at the beginning, how calm the midwives were. And like, that is kind of like where I also like was getting my strength from, was like from them knowing that like they know how to do this. They've been doing this all the time. And there's so many babies that come out that do need help. That is normal in this process, right?
I also remember I'm still on the floor at this point, and they're like calling for a nurse to come in, and he wasn't crying. They had like on the wall, they had like a timer that showed how long it had been since he hadn't cried. And I remember calling his name. Like in the video, I'm just saying, Leo. And then he cried. And we're like, oh.
Yeah.
That moment, though, I was just, it You're like, what? Is he okay?
Yeah.
Is he alive?
Yeah.
Is, so many
Yeah.
things running through your mind.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
yeah. And then immediate skin to skin.
Yes.
Which is the most beautiful thing ever.
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah. And then you guys, it's kind of a blur, but somehow I got on the bed.
Right. So this is the funny part about giving birth hands and knees, right? Is that like we then have to like figure out like almost like turn you over and and for you were in the floor, so you had to go back into the bed and have the
Yeah.
baby on you and yeah.
And then I did tear a little bit.
Yeah,
And they're stitching me.
Mm-hmm.
But I was like, the pain that I just felt, I was like, do whatever you
can. I'm
do.
good.
I'm good.
Got to do skin to skin.
Got to hang out, breastfeeding. They taught us how to swaddle. Yeah. I took a long shower. They're like prepping the baby, and I'm talking to. I was like chilling. I probably could have like.
Yeah, you feel like you could run, right? Like you were like, I was good.
Like, I'm good.
Yeah,
like it was
amazing.
Shocking how good I felt after.
Right.
Like shocking.
Right.
Like I was kind of fine. I maybe needed help 2 hours after, and then I was like, I'm good.
I'm good. That would be. And how long were you guys there for? 8 hours or 12 hours?
It was 12 hours in full.
Okay.
Of being at Life Cycle.
Got you.
And then we left that night though.
Mm-hmm.
So we're there for a few hours after.
Yeah.
And then we went home around 11.
Yeah.
Like same day, which kind of freaks a lot of people out. And
it does. And I love it.
Yes. I love it too.
Oh, I'm like, yes, let me go to my place. Let me go
home.
Yeah.
Even though I'm kind of like, but can I go?
Like, and what do I do with this thing that we're bringing back home with us?
Put them in the bassinet or
what are we doing here?
Change them when?
And then, they come to you like the next day or something.
Yes.
Yeah, which is the beauty of it. The nurse
I
comes to
love
you.
that they come to our house. Yeah. That was amazing.
Yes.
With 10 out of 10.
Yes. Oh, yeah. Remember, we're like, we should like email them together. Yeah. Like, hey, listen, we are your people.
We are your people.
And so tell us about like that, immediate postpartum. What are some things that like were helpful that you had like prepped ahead of time?
Definitely some freezer meals. Mm-hmm. We prepped soups, like things that would be healing to my body. Mm-hmm. I remember you telling me, because you knew that I couldn't sit still to save my life. You were like, I know you feel good.
Yes.
But the inside of your body has like a gaping hole where your placenta was.
This big.
and so you should be chill.
Yes. Because I think I came to see you like a few days later.
Yeah.
Like, nah, what's
like,
happening?
What do you got?
Yeah.
Fix you something in the kitchen. We have such a great village of support.
Yeah.
That makes such a difference too. Meals and picking up things for us at Target and so many things.
Yeah.
Just checking in. And, making sure we were good. Had great like lactation support. You just feel so loved and taken care of in those moments where you're like, wow.
Yeah.
Thank God.
Yeah.
Thank you, Jesus, for these people around us, because I can't imagine. It is such a life adjustment.
100%. I think postpartum is more intense at birth, right? Because, postpartum is like forever. Like at this birth, you do it, bam, we're done, right? Postpartum now you have to kind of like really manage a newborn, right? They're sleeping, they're feeding yourself, you're healing and all the things. And, and life doesn't stop for you in postpartum. It doesn't go, oh, okay, let me take a pause on this other thing.
Yeah. The third,
It doesn't. And so being able to have support. And I remember when we did a session while you were pregnant, like you had one of your friends there. Like it was not just like you and Steven, it was like one of your friends. Like we were talking through, okay, let's talk about this postpartum. What are you going to do? What is going to be your role? What are the different things that you need to do? And, and that meal prep. Okay, how do we tell people, like when you bring food, that you're not coming to see the baby? You're just dropping it off. Like really talking to the details. I remember that. And I thought that was really cool that you had a village.
And so much, even just like close friends of mine that had also had a baby recently that could really like lean on and ask 1,000 questions.
Yes.
Do I need this product or
right. Yeah, I heard you guys have a group chat.
Things.
I heard about this group chat.
Yes. There's a group chat. I know.
I love that.
I love it too,
you
honestly.
need each other.
We do. I feel like pretty good considering just what postpartum looks like for a lot of women.
Right.
I think having a village, having a plan, like of what you want it to look like will just prepare the piece for what you can control, right? Like
100,
sometimes with a baby, there's so much you can't control. But
like teeth at 3 months.
Exactly. Literally, my child is a shark baby.
Wait, why am I not surprised though that it's your baby?
I know. He was rolling over at like 4 months.
Oh wow.
Crawling shortly after. I was like, dude,
You're
chill.
like,
but I'm like,
but
I don't
you
chill.
were doing squats in the tub, so
yeah, exactly. He's like, just,
I love it. This episode is sponsored by my friend and color analysis, Kayla Renee, who helped me step into power on this mic and beyond. Do you want to know your colors? What makes you shine? Book your analysis at kaylarenee.glossgenius.com. What does positive birth mean to you? And kind of like what, like any advice or even affirmation for the next person?
Yeah. I think something that I was so big on in preparing for birth, to have a positive birth, is like filling my mind and my heart with positive birth stories. I listened to so many positive birth, natural birth stories on YouTube and podcasts and stuff prior.
Yeah.
And so when people would, share their horror birth stories, which I think, like, out of respect, you listen to those, but also you want to protect your mind and heart, because I do think some people tend to like project 100%. Their fear on you. And as a first-time mom, you're like, oh my gosh, what if this happens? Or what if this happens? And it's like, you want to prepare, right? We had an emergency plan.
Right.
But you also want to make sure you're protecting your peace for when you go into that moment, that you're not like so fear-driven.
Yes.
That then you don't like enjoy it.
Yeah.
This like beautiful moment.
Yeah.
That happens once for your baby, for that baby.
Yep.
I think like mentally, spiritually, emotionally preparing too, as much as you can, like journaling, reflecting, like being on the same page, like with Steven, my husband, was it's just really helpful, because it's like, I'm gonna have these moments when I'm pushing, or the I can't moments, and the way you all responded to me in those moments that day, like, Natalie, you are one contraction closer to seeing your baby. Like the perspective shift, everything. I have a friend of mine that just told me she was pregnant. And I said to her, she was processing like how her body's changing and how it's weird. And I was like, it is wild what pregnancy does to your body.
Yes.
And how you feel, and just validating her thoughts.
Yeah.
And I was like, but you know what? You are never going to be this close to your baby ever again. And that is like the beauty in pregnancy. I could cry thinking about that.
Yeah.
Think about that. Like,
oh, wow.
That's the closest your baby will ever be to you.
Like right inside you can't. Yep.
They can't go
yep. Ooh. Okay. I'm tearing up. All right.
I know, it's so beautiful.
It really is. Oh wow.
Yeah.
And so, what does positive birth mean to you?
Yeah, it means, the word that comes to my mind is peace. Like really being at peace with whatever happens. Like, yes, preparing like for what you just dream and desire, but knowing that, like, okay, no matter how this unfolds, like it is my perspective, and it is, at the end of the day, I just want a healthy baby.
Yeah.
And yeah, it is really like this constant like perspective change of, if things don't go the way you'd planned, or it's how I'm viewing it that leads to its positivity, and how I'm then sharing that with other people, because I want other people to also have a positive birth. And so I get to be a part of being one of those moms that's like, you got this. 100%. Your body was made for this.
Yes.
Like, even I've told so many moms to consider a natural birth, because I think our society is like epidural, which isn't wrong or bad.
Right.
But consider.
Yes.
Consider something else.
Yeah. This is so good. Oh my God. Thank you so much.
Yes,
thank you so much.
Thank you.
I am so grateful. Oh, and I'm crying. Holy mother. Let's come back next week where we are changing the narrative around birth, one positive birth at a time.